So today I'm going to show you how to color grade your photos in the Lightroom app on your mobile phone. So let's open up the Lightroom app. This is the first photo that I'm going to show you how to color grade. This is a photo of the Dubai skyline from the Dubai frame. So first of all, what I do is I adjust my contrast. So for this I want to show the buildings in the far. So for that I want to adjust my contrast about 70. Now I want to decrease my highlight, so highlight will go around 35, maybe 30. Okay, that's good. For the shadows will be the dark portion in your photo. So by adjusting shadows you can either lighten those dark portion or darken them. So I'm gonna darken them a bit. Yeah, about this. The color grading works best with the raw format, but this Lightroom free version doesn't allow the raw format to be color grade. So that's why this is JPEG format. Now for the whites, we're gonna not touch them right now. This image might look better with the black and white, so I'm gonna go into my color tab and turn this to black and white. I'm gonna go in my effect tab and increase my clarity. Clarity will basically show the outer lines of the subject and everything. So clarity may go up to 80. Yeah. $70 is good enough. Okay. Now the sky shows the gradient. That's why we have to lower the highlight. Okay, now it's gone. With clarity you can also adjust the texture. So I can increase my texture to the maximum or maybe a bit less. Yeah, 80. So you can already see the difference. This is before, this is after. As per your blacks in the black and white image, as you darken it, the trees in the foreground will get darkened, so I don't want to do that. So let's keep it around 60. Okay, that's good. If you don't want this such gradient in the sky, so you can increase your highlight or your whites. So if you increase your whites, that will also or either you can increase your highlight, so that will increase your highlight and disappear the gradient. Yeah, so that's my final image. This is the before, that's the after. Okay. Now this is the second image. I captured it from the top of the Burj Khalifa. It's already a good image, but if you want to pop those highlights, so let's do that. First of all, for your light, increase the contrast to 50. Now what I like to do is I like to increase the whites, so that will increase the light. Now as per your highlights, let me decrease the highlight a bit. Yeah, that's good. And shadows also, decrease the shadows. Okay, as per the whites, increase them. So what that will do is it will increase the light sources, so like this, by increasing to maximum, and it's good around 50. Yeah, so that's it. Now I don't want to mess with the blacks. For your effect tab, you can increase the clarity. For this kind of picture you can increase it by the to the maximum, but it does not look good that much, so I'm gonna keep it around 45. Okay, 45. Here there are not much color in the picture, so we're not gonna adjust the color tab. Yeah, so that's your before and that's your after. Now for the third image, for your light tab, what you can do is you can increase the contrast to, let's say, 40. Now for the highlight, you can increase it. Now for the shadows I like to decrease. That will darken the water, so I'll decrease it by 40. For the black, when I decrease the blacks, so that will make the picture a bit moody. I will increase the white, so that will also highlight the boats. Now what you can do is you can add some clarity. So for clarity you can, yeah, that look good. Okay, now if you like to mess with the color tab, go to the mix, and there are some buildings having brown, so what you can do is you can either change the color, you can make it more towards the orange. Okay, and say you can control the light hitting on the brown, so like that. So either you can make them darker or increase the light. I like to keep it around 30. The water is a bit green, so here what you can do is you can go to the mix tab, green. You can reduce the saturation of the green, so that way water will look black or a bit dark. That's the look, if that's the look that you're going for. Okay, so that's the before and the after. Now for the next image, for the light, you can first of all increase the contrast to the 40. Okay, now you can reduce the highlight, because here there is a sand on the bottom that's totally blown, so you can reduce the highlight. So say 60. Okay, for the whites, so you can also reduce some of the whites. Let's say to 50. You can also reduce the exposure, that way you can also reduce the highlight. Now for the shadows, I like to keep my shadows a bit dark, so I will not go towards here. I will keep them a bit dark, so say 20. Yeah, or maybe less, 10. I will not touch the black tab. I will increase the clarity, say to 30. Yeah, maybe 35. Yeah, and increase the texture to 10. So that's your before, that's your after. Now the image looks good, but there are too much green in the image. I don't like that much green, so I will go to the green mix tab, color mix, and what I will do is you can either change the color, so you can go towards the yellow, or you can go towards more darker green. So I will go a bit towards the yellow. Yeah, that looks good. And I will also desaturate it, so about 30. And here on the luminance tab, you can what you can do is you can control the light hitting the green, so you can either darker that or you can lighter that. So I won't light it a bit, but minus 10 would be just good. So that's your before and that's your after. Now also what you can do is I don't like the blue pants, so what I will do is I will go to the blue. I will go to the blue and I will desaturate the blue color. So the pants are now black, and I can also control the light on the pants, so that way I can make them either a bit dark or a bit light. So yeah, about 30. So now there is still a bit light on the sand in the bottom, so I will decrease the highlight. I'll decrease the highlight to 75. So as for the next image, here I kept the shutter speed a bit slow, that's why I reduced the ISO. So the image turned out to be a bit dark. So first of all, let's increase the exposure. If you increase the exposure a bit too much, then it will look like this, and that will look a bit dark, well, a lot dark. So just about here. Yeah, that's good. Now I won't increase the contrast more, but just a bit, so like 20. Highlight, so basically here the waterfall is the highlight and the t-shirt that he's wearing. So when I increase the highlight, it will look like this. So I will increase it a bit. Well, I can increase exposure a bit more. Yeah, that looks good. So now I will lower the highlight about here, and also for the shadows, when I increase the shadows, it will show the underneath part of the waterfall. So shadows I will increase about. So that's your before and that's your after.